Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Welcome to my new look room. I've just painted the background pink, as you can see, because a couple of videos I saw of myself, I was looking a bit washed out. Some people told me that, and I thought that I do put fake tan on and stuff, so I thought I wonder if it would help by painting the background a nice warm colour, so that's what I did, and I quite like it. But this is the first video I'm doing it, so I'll see what I think when I watch it back. Anyway, today I am doing a comparison for you on the Clarisonic Mia face brush, which is this one here, and the No7 facial cleansing brush, which is this one here. I could have talked about the Clarisonic Mia in my YouTube top beauty products. I didn't, because I kind of knew that I was going to do a video like this. I didn't think it would be so quick, because I was intending on getting another brush to compare the Mia to, and I'll explain why when I kind of get further into the review. But I bought the brush quicker than I thought, and it's worse than I thought, so that's why I thought I'd get this review out there so you guys know the differences. So the first one I'm going to talk about is this one, the Clarisonic Mia, and obviously I've got it in pink. They come in pink and white, there's some limited edition colours, etc., but mostly it's the pink and white that are on offer. This one, I've had this one for quite some time, I don't know, 6 months, something like that, maybe a year, I'm not sure when the two came out, but this one is the two. There's the Clarisonic Mia original and the Clarasonic Mia 2, and this one is the 2. These retail for £125 in John Lewis, and also Space NK as well, and I'm sure you can get them in other places, a little bit cheaper on Amazon, but it's up to you if you want to take the risk of, you know, not having a guarantee. This comes with a travel carry case. It's just a plastic kind of carry thing. It also comes with a small, very small kind of trial size of their cleanser that's supposed to work with the brush. Comes with the head, this is the one that's on this at the minute actually, which is the sensitive head, and it also comes with the charger, because this is a rechargeable one. So that's kind of the price and what it comes with. So most people that own one of these love it. There are a few people that have kind of made some comments that it's given them kind of split veins around this area, or thread veins, which did kind of worry me, I must admit, but it hasn't happened to me, and I have been using it for quite some time. Like I said, I haven't used this for the past sort of few months, mostly because I was looking for something a little bit more kind of deep cleansing. I know this is supposed to be like 20 times more deep cleansing than any cleanser you can use, but it feels very gentle to me, and I just didn't feel like it was getting right under my skin. I'm sure you've heard, if you've watched any of my other videos, me talk many times about my skin feeling really clogged up and my pores feeling clogged. I probably should have reached for this, but for some reason I didn't, but I'm going to start using this again in the next couple of weeks. The way that it feels on your skin is very, very gentle. I'll show you what it's like when you switch it on. You can't actually see it moving, because this is one that's a sonic movement, which means that it doesn't go, it's not just a turning brush, it goes in 2 different ways, you know, it goes well in all different ways. This one, the Mia 2, has got 2 speeds, plus it's got a pulsar, which means that you can switch it on and it gives you, I think it's 10 seconds on your chin, 20 on your nose and 20 on your forehead, something like that, which is pretty good. The Clarisonic Mia 1 has just 1 speed and 1 button, that's kind of the difference between the two. Yeah, it feels very gentle on your skin, but it does, your skin does feel super soft. That for me is the biggest thing. After using this, it feels super, super soft. Nothing else I have ever used has made my skin feel that soft. The only thing that I can compare it to is, you'll have heard me talking about my Lotus oil from Clarins that I use, and when I wake up in the morning my skin's really soft. That's kind of how it feels after using this, and I do like the idea that this has given a really, really good deep clean, and has made, that makes your moisturiser sink in better, and it is kind of better, has a better chance of working because you've cleaned everything out, and then it sinks in easier. So I do like it for that reason. I do think it's very expensive. I do think it's too expensive actually. I don't know whether there's a reason for that, or whether it's just because of the name, but I do think it's too expensive for what it is. As far as my skin appearance, this to me hasn't made a huge difference to my skin, other than it feels nice to use, and it does feel like I've got extra cleansing going on, but it hasn't made a difference. I kind of tested it out on my pores. I thought that it might make my pores get smaller, and it hasn't. I thought it might get rid of, I've got little white, tiny white spots way under my chin, and I thought it might work on them and kind of get rid of them, and it hasn't. So I haven't seen a reduction in any of those. I haven't seen a reduction in pores or a reduction in those white spots. It didn't do anything for my oily skin, but it didn't make it worse and it didn't make it better. So like I said, not really any result for such an expensive product, but it does feel very nice. I'm glad I've got it. I'm going to continue using it. I suppose I never really used it for long enough. I think you're supposed to use something skincare wise for 3 months at least before you kind of assess the result, and I'm pretty sure I've only ever used it for like a week or so at a time. And one of the annoying things for me was storage, because I didn't have any storage in my bath kind of area other than on the side of the bath, and I just felt like it didn't look right just sitting like that, you know, and if I could have kept it in the cupboard, which is what eventually happened, then I never remember to get it out. However, now I've just got a nice sort of metal rack that we've installed in the shower, so I can keep it on that, and that's much better. So one other thing about this one is you can buy different types of heads for this. So this is the sensitive one. You can buy there is one I think that's called Delicate, so I'm guessing that that's even lighter than this one. You can buy one that's a deep pore cleanser. I think that may be it. So I do intend on getting the deep pore cleanser at some point, but the replacement heads are £21, or I think you can get a pack of 2 for £35, making them a little bit less expensive, but they are really expensive, and you're supposed to change the head every couple of months. So from that point of view, it's very, very expensive, and I think that's another reason why I wasn't too keen on using it too much, because I thought, well, I don't want this to run out too quickly, because that's a lot of money just for something to clean your face, you know, when you've already spent 125 on the machine itself. The charger is really kind of funky. It doesn't clip on or anything, it just sort of magnetizes to this, and then you charge it easy, and then you can use it in the shower and everything, so that's great. I don't think there's anything else to tell you about this one, so we'll go on to the No7 brush. This is the No7 brush, Boots No7. So the cost of this one is £24.95. It comes with this head on it. It doesn't come with anything else other than batteries, because this is a battery operated one, and the batteries are in here. I bought this one because I felt like the Clarisonic Mia was too gentle, and I did have a deep pore head on the Clarasonic Mia when I first bought it, and even that I didn't feel like it was I didn't feel like it did anything. So I thought maybe I need something a little bit firmer, and maybe I do just need one of the traditional brushes that kind of turns around, and that's exactly what this is. So if I press this one, you should be able to see the brush going round, and it just goes round in circles. Now this one's got 2 speeds. So if I press it again, that's the second speed, and then we press it again and you turn it off. So the first thing I would say about this one is it looks really, really cheap. That's the first thing I noticed when I took it out of the box. I thought it looks very, very basic and it looks very cheap. But I actually don't mind that. If it's a good product and it works well, then that's not really a problem. It's a little bit annoying that you have to press this twice to switch it off. So if you switch it on once and you're using it on this speed and you want to switch it off, you have to switch it again and then again to switch it off. So that's a little bit of a pain, but not much. You have to press the button quite hard to switch it off, so it's not just a touch button. You definitely have to push down on the button to switch it off. So like I said, I wasn't too bothered about the look of it, and I just thought if it works fine, then that's okay. And I can kind of get over how annoying it is to turn it on and off for the 2 speeds, then we'll see how things go. So I used it. I only bought this I bought this about 2 days ago. I can't remember which day it was, but I bought it about 2 days ago. I have used it once and I will never ever use this again. I don't know whether they will let me take it back. I am going to try, because it has actually hurt my skin and I've never experienced anything like that in my life. So I put the product onto my chin and a little bit on the brush. That's kind of the way I do it with the Mia, and I just used setting 1. I didn't use setting 2 at all, and put it against my skin and just sort of started going over my chin. And I thought, well, it actually feels very, very rough. Like, that was my instant thought, was this feels really, really quite rough. The bristles feel hard. They don't feel hard when you touch them here, but on my skin they felt really, really hard. And so I thought, I don't really want to put this on my cheek. I sort of got a little bit closer to my cheek and thought, no, actually that's too sore. And I thought, well, maybe I'm being heavy-handed. That wouldn't be a surprise. I can be heavy-handed. So I sort of lightened my touch and sort of held it a little bit further away from my face, but it still just felt too rough. So that was the first thing I would say. But not only that, when I was using it and using the product, the product was going everywhere. So like I said, I had put a little bit on my chin and a little bit on this, not a lot. I didn't use a lot of product, and the splats were going like flying all over the door that I've got. I was sitting in the bath at the time, going over the shower door, just flying everywhere, like into my eyes, and I just thought, this is just ridiculous. Like, it's such a clunky product. And the funny thing was, when I bought this, the lady said to me, oh, these are great, you'll love it, everybody raves about them. And there are some good reviews on them, definitely. There are some people that love this, and you might well be one of them, but for me, this is just such an awful product. And as you know, I don't generally do products where I am so negative about it, but like I said, this has actually injured me. So when I got out of the bath, I sort of thought, right, I'm going to cleanse my face, and actually my face was starting to feel a bit sore, really in this area here. I thought it's starting to feel a bit sore, so I'm going to have to put something on it to kind of soothe it. So I thought I'll finish kind of cleansing my face, do my routine. And I used my cleanser, and at the minute I got anything near my chin, it was agony. It was just like the top layer of skin had been scraped off. So I couldn't use my usual toner, and I decided to use baby lotion. So that's what I used, baby lotion, to kind of cleanse my face. And then I put a little bit of bio oil on my chin, and even that was stinging my chin because it's so damaged, this little bit here, the skin on my chin. When I woke up this morning, it's all dry here, and sort of, you know, as if it's not a scab, but it is like an ever so slightly, like there is a scab. And I meant to say, actually, when I got out of the bath and looked in the mirror, there were two little bits that were bleeding, like somebody had poked me with a needle. That's how tiny it was. I mean, my chin wasn't pouring with blood, obviously, but it was like somebody had poked my skin. That's how harsh it was. So yeah, for me, obviously, this is a colossal fail, and I don't understand how anybody gets on with this. I don't understand how people rave about it. The only thing I could think is that people have really, really thick skin, maybe. And I was thinking about that, because it does say on it, what does it say? Don't use if you've got dry or very sensitive skin. We do not recommend you use this product if you have very dry or sensitive skin. Well, I do not have dry or very dry skin. Even when I'm on my medication, I would just say it's dry, not very dry. And I wouldn't even say that I've got sensitive skin. I can have sensitive eyes sometimes, but not necessarily sensitive skin. So yeah, I did read that. I did specifically read that and think, well, that doesn't apply to me. So maybe you guys can tell me. If anybody's used this and they didn't find this, and you think I've done something that I shouldn't have done to make it feel like that, then please do feel free to let me know, because it probably won't be a couple of days until I take it back. And I actually thought I might keep this and use it for my elbows and maybe even my feet. That's how much of an exfoliation this thing is giving me, that I thought this would actually work on your feet. That's how rough it feels on me. Yeah, anyway, I think I've told you everything you need to know about that. Like I said, this is just my opinion, obviously, and you know, maybe my skin is odd, and maybe it's just having a sensitive phase, and it wouldn't normally be like that. Maybe if I try this again in a few months, it wouldn't be like that, you know. Like I said, maybe it's just having a phase. I don't know. I'm actually scared to use this product again on my face, and I definitely won't be. Like I said, I will be taking it back and seeing what they say to me, and telling them about my experience. So did I tell you everything about this? I did. Oh, the only thing I didn't tell you about this one was the replacement heads are a lot cheaper. These heads are, you can't get them individually from what I could see in the shop, but two of them are £8, so a lot cheaper than the Clarisonic Mia. So with all that information, you might still want to give it a try if you've got really resilient skin, but then you've got all the information there. It's definitely cheaper. I do like the Clarasonic Mia, but I totally understand that people wouldn't want to spend the money on it. I believe that Olay do one, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't hunted for it, to be fair. And if it comes out, I'm sure I will consider getting it and seeing what it's like. So I hope that that was useful to you. Please do let me have your feedback, because I'd be really interested to see what people say about this experience, and if anybody's heard of anybody else having this experience with it. Yeah, like I said, I hope that that's useful information to you if you were thinking about buying either of these. Any questions, of course, stick them in the comments and I will try and answer them. And it's the start of the weekend, yay! And I hope you have a lovely Friday evening. That's what it is now. So I hope you have a lovely Friday evening, and I will see you all later.